Midnight comes calling. Hello everyone, I hope you're well, you're smelling great, enjoying your favourite fragrances today, and this is what we're going to be opening. It is Castley by Parfums de Marly. So hello everyone, yep, today we've got Castley by Parfums de Marly, Castley, and yeah, it is a blind buy. It's a new release. I'm aware there's some people already showcasing this online, so I have watched a few videos on this to just get an idea of what type of fragrance it is, and it looks like something I might enjoy actually, and I'm hoping it's probably better than the last one, Perseus. So it was bought directly from the PDM site. Probably wait 6 months and be able to be at discounters. They did send a 5ml Castley with it, and they also, you could choose your samples as well. So I got a Delina exclusive that I can give away, and the Valaya exclusive, which I won't mind having. I'll have a little test now actually of this. I want to smell it. I believe the original Valaya, even though it's a woman's fragrance, is quite unisex, so I did try, I can't remember it though. Oh, that's quite interesting. Yeah. That's what we get with that one. We get a yeah. Okay. Yeah, could pull that off, I think. I'm not going to give a review on that, but that's actually quite nice. That's really nice. Anyway, let's get on with this. Right, so this is Castley, and yeah, we'll get straight into it. It is a 78% vol, so yeah, make of that what you will. No doubts of legitimacy from this, purchasing it directly from PDM UK. However, they've slightly got the standards to no longer give a PDM box. Make it look like a real Regal affair. It's just a standard brown box now, so not that that really matters, but it does add a little prestige to, especially when you're paying something like this full retail, and the price it is. You do want the bells and whistles, I dare say. So this is it. Let's get it in there. It's not very colourful. It's like a Sedley colour, isn't it, in a way, but grey. Nice bottle by the looks of it. Nothing in there. Yeah, that's the bottle. I believe other people have remarked the similarity between that and Sedley. It's grey, so nothing much to remark on that. Little stick on the bottom, just reaffirming it's 78%. Not smelling anything there. So I have watched videos on this. I'm sort of familiar with what it is, but I've totally forgotten what's in there. So I believe it might be incensey, citrusy, and woody. So they're the sort of key notes. So let's just get it on then. Okay. Yes, there is citrus in there, without a doubt. It almost smells a tad leathery, although I don't think that is leather in it. There is like an undercurrent. That citrus doesn't feel like it's going to last long. And it has quite a brooding feel. I'm almost, I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong, I like it. I'm almost wanting that citrus to go though, so I can get into the fragrance. It's almost like that. That's like a decoy. Whether or not this is designed for summer, I can't answer to that. Just because it's got citrus, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a summer banger. And as I said, I imagine that citrus is going to go pretty quick. There's nothing special in the citrus as well. Trying to place that. Does feel slightly weak. Now I've just got a smell of something there that is familiar. Though my mind's trying to place this fragrance in relation to other fragrances, and it's not able to do it at the moment. I'm hard pressed to find anything that I can say this is familiar to. The opening's generic. The citrus opening is really generic. You probably find that in many fragrances. Not that any spring to mind. However, beneath it, it feels like something different. Now, I like incensey. It has got slight freshiness to it, almost floral. I'm going to give up on trying to depict what's in this. There is a similarity I've just picked up there, and that's almost like a Neroli Portofino. But don't get me wrong, this is, it's just got little hints of it. It's got that little Portofino vibe. Right, I'm giving up. I'm looking. Right. Okay, main accords: amber, citrus, fresh, spicy, woody, warm, spicy, oud, aromatic, balsamic. It's a citrus aromatic, and it's launched to come out this year, beginning of May 25. Top notes are bergamot, black pepper, and ginger. Middle notes are neroli, pepper, timur, and petitgrain. And base notes, Akigalawood, Benzoin, and Labdanum. Now, the initial, it's just reminded me there, there was a little tinge of Galloway in this, which may be the Petitgrain. And I'm saying it's a tiny tinge. It's almost negligible. It's in here for longevity, long lasting, sillage strong, and gender more male. And it's way overpriced. It's going to be expected, a new Parfums de Marly release. I think that citrus has led into a false sense of security that this wouldn't last long. Now that's dissipating. It almost does feel like it's probably going to be a 6 to 8 hour. It feels similar longevity style to Castley. Again, I apologise for keep referring to this. It's just the obvious similarities. There's no pros and cons for this yet. Doesn't say who blended this, although I imagine a little search probably be able to find that out. That Neroli's really coming through on this, and to be honest, I'm a big fan of Neroli Portofino, so that's not going to be an issue for me. The citrus, to be fair, is probably all but gone now, although that was quite citrusy upon its release. Total deception, because this now is not a citrus fragrance, or at least not to my nose anyway. It is a new release. That citrus smells really nice actually though. You can smell the Petitgrain. It's almost like an orange. That's the, oh look, didn't notice that. The cut corners on the lids. Okay, so I've just picked up this bottle. This bottle of Suddenly that is. Similar, deeper, sort of similar. Just to show the lids, the change in the lids. That's almost solid metal. That's plastic insert now. And they're charging more. So it's like they've stepped down the quality on the lid. It's like we've added more plastic and charging more because the prices have gone up on these, the standard prices on their site. I mean, is that important? I quite like the attention to detail. But cheated. It's no longer dangerous. They've safed it. They've nerfed the lid. Nerfed the De Marly lid. Anyway, let's get on with let's look at some examples here of what people are saying. It is new. It's been out a few weeks, although some people have managed to get hold of it earlier. I personally enjoy it, but there are other similar fragrances at better price points I enjoy more. It's like a spicy masculine ginger smell. Not really picking up the ginger in this. Maybe that might come later. It's not like, what's that Amouage ginger on? Is it Boundless? That's like full on ginger. This is very subtle. Another overrated and overhyped new release with no sex appeal. This is straight up Vibrato Tiger and the hedonist ginger DNA mix with Boyce, Imperial, Akigalawood and Timur. Also has a very clean soapy background from the Neroli. It's nice and clean scent, but it's kind of boring to me as it's nothing unique. We smelt the same DNA over and over again, and at this point it's way too repetitive. I've heard this is replacing Sedley, which I never cared for either. Just like Jeremy Fragrance, I still prefer the more oriental PDMs to the freshes. All of their freshes have no riz to me. Other than that citrus, I wouldn't say this is fresh. To be honest, I want this just for the gorgeous bottle. Looking forward to testing this out. It is a nice bottle. It's slightly grey and depressing somewhat, which probably contradicts its apparent freshiness. I'm getting hung up on that lid, man. I feel absolutely violated. We should be able to ban people like the reviewer below me, the other guy, all the other clowns. Like, go do stand-up, dude. Talk about brain rot. They're referring to this comment. You shitheads have it all wrong. Clearly, this is latent in the opening. Altair and Delina with a touch of Aqua Velva in the middle, and fucking Castley and Cummington in the dry down. It's so obvious. Get with the program. Does it smell good? No, not at all. I won't even spray this on my asshole. Well, what can you say to that? Very refined comment. Yeah, well, I just relate to that. This is very little to do with Leighton in the opening or Altair. Maybe this bottle has to settle, or that usual macerate. Not picking up those vibes off any of them. It's really unfamiliar. I know someone pointed out some other fragrances is similar to, and maybe it is. I've just not smelt those fragrances. Dry Down reminds me 70% Ganymede, 30% Imagination. I did get a slight leather tinge to this, though it's not in the note breakdown, and maybe that might be incense. There's a bit of fragrance battle going off here. People insulting each other. Good fragrance, just got it in. I will be back for my final thoughts. PDM did damn good on this one. Did they do damn good? Do you know, I'm not wowed. I'm not disappointed. This to me is quite average. I look forward to wearing it. Again, this is first impressions. So I'm not going to hate on it. And I don't hate it. It's not a dislikeful fragrance. It really isn't. Since PDM turned into a clone ass, they suck now. Percival was nice clone of Fears, but should have stopped at Percival. Altain wasn't necessary to copy Oud for greatness. Perseus wasn't needed because there's already plenty of Teddy MS clones. Carlisle was a bad clone. Howard also cloned a side effect, but not very good either. Now I hear they're making another clone again with theirs. I'd like to know what clone this is off then. I agree with him on there is similarities with some of those fragrances to what they've mentioned, not all of them. Another tax write-off for PDM. Sedley's not being discontinued. It's their second bestseller. Stop spreading lies. I wouldn't have thought Sedley would be going anywhere soon. It's such an easy casual wear. It's been released in selected places. Brah, I don't know about wheat, but it does not smell good. This doesn't feel strong. It really don't feel monstrous. Someone here fresh for like 1 minute, so weak. And I attest to that. The citrus is there and gone. Literally 5 minutes into this, there is no citrus left. the Neroli's come through. I'm getting more of a Neroli, which to me isn't a terrible thing. If you like Neroli, comment from Donald John Trump. Smells good enough, but I have my own brand, which makes this bad. I only wear the best. Lot of connection to imagination plus Boise Imperial, but weaker. It does feel a weak fragrance, and it's 78% vol. So you know that does that mean anything? Another Biche bowel movement incoming. Is this done by Quentin Biche? Let's look at some of the latest reviews. They're probably a little bit longer. Okay, gentlemen here. Can anyone who bought a bottle of this confirm the spray from the bottle lasts longer than my sample? My sample only lasts about 3 hours on my skin. Got 3 samples PDN. First spray really nice. Got the fresh and spicy smell with the ginger and pepper, but it's subtle. It takes about 20 minutes before it dries down on my skin and becomes a clean, fresh scent. When completely dry, it smells a little like Galloway too. So, yeah, I have similar experience. Some people are saying it lasts for ages, and the longevity on there is getting quite a high mark. Yeah, I'm not convinced. I think maybe it's similar to that person's experience, and yeah, it does give off Galloway vibes. I think that Neroli is bringing the freshiness back, really. It's like a flower bed. Like there's an earthiness beneath the floralness. So you can sort of smell the wood beneath the wood chips of the flower bed and the floralness of the flowers of that Neroli. With the touch of spice. The spice is really faint in this. Okay, Castley, I'm happy to report, has a similar wondrous appeal as Sedley, but less minty and fresh and more sensuous, dry, sexy, with a subtle zing of Timur pepper, a relative of Shazan. There's fresh ginger too. I've worn the new fragrance for 3 days and I'm happy with it. It's better than I think than their last 2 recent masculine releases, Altair and Perseus. A house that is given us masterpieces like Leighton exclusive Haldane and Sedley has added another stunner to the collection. I think this is probably going to be one of those ones that takes some wearing and getting used to. And I think it's the same with many of these houses upon a new release. One's expecting instant love or like a #1 classic banger, you know, of all time. And I think sometimes fragrances have to be worn in, almost broken in over time to get a true understanding of what they are. And I think this is one of those. As I say, I'm not disappointed with it. I'm not blown over. At the moment, it's just coming out average. I'm going to spray another little bit on, get that opening. Tis yeah, if you're allergic to bergamot, yeah, it's very, very, and that Petitgrain comes through. I love that. It's got the same Petitgrain, I feel, as Galloway, and I love that opening of Galloway. It's gorgeous. I'd probably say this is more like Galloway than it is of Sedley. But to be honest, I don't see any similarities between this and Sedley, bar the bottle being translucent. It does feel quality. That's one thing for sure. It does. It feels quality. The ingredients feel quality. It feels really well crafted. I just feel that it's going to have to take a few wears for it to really find its place in my collection. Not disappointed. It's going to get somewhere. Absolutely. We've got summer here. Place, I'd probably put this in evening wear. It's non-offensive. Would it go on compliments? Possibly. I won't see it as a compliment beast. However, yeah, I think that citrus, that Neroli's going to entice people in. A more intimate affair with the Akigalawood. Am I disappointed with that? No. It's probably, I would say, and again, this is just first impression, so yeah, I want to try and be as fair as possible. I'm trying to think, would this replace Neroli Portofino for me? Now the thing with Neroli Portofino is it's Neroli and it's citrus, and the citrus in Neroli Portofino is it lasts. This citrus goes. So you're left with the Neroli and the Akigalawood dry down, which for me isn't such a terrible thing. Is this going to be a classic? It's hard to say. It really is hard to say. Yeah, it's quite a confusing one. It's subtle, but it's actually saying something. Is this going to become linear? It's not multifaceted, though. There is some strong aspects to it. The Petitgrain and Neroli and that citrus opening are really strong aspects to this. The peppers and the incenses and the woods are quite subtle. They're almost really subtle, so it'd be interesting to see how they play out in the dry down. It's still way too early to tell on them. That's first impressions of a blind buy of Castley. So yeah, take what you will out of that. Would I blind buy it? What I did. Would I suggest for anyone else to blind buy this? No, I wouldn't. I'll be honest, I would not suggest blind buy this. Try it first. I'd say have several wears of this. It has been noted it's similar to some other fragrances, so again, if you're familiar with those in your own then perhaps this might also be redundant. For me, I'm a collector, it had to be in the collection, so it was a no-brainer. Not disappointed, not overwhelmed, not really massively overjoyed, it's just met at the moment. Yeah, take what you can out of that and ignore the rest, and yeah, I wish you all the best, and yeah, please continue in valuing your lives and environment. Bye for now.